Okay, so this is my second video. I did notice there was a little bit, or a lot of bit, of a sheen on this actual assignment. The main point that I'm trying to make is don't leave something as an outline if you see things in it, like there's shadows and shapes and lines and things like that. Go ahead and fill those things in. I know I don't have my cap done, but just as I did with his face so far, you know, what you see right there, you are drawing. And the main thing to tell you as you're going, you're going to go from left to right. So I drew part of this and then I ended up erasing it because I realized this is a pretty good spot to show you, to demonstrate how you do this. So what we are drawing is this little section right here where the eye is. So I'm going to take this and I'm leaving everything covered except for that little section. So, and you can, you know, tape it however you want to do it to keep it there. So just keep in mind that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at this thing, is I'm placing this on here and I'm trying to figure out, number one, like where this begins. So I'm looking here and I make a little line. Like one thing that you could do to figure this thing out is you could even this thing, I just drew a little line here for you guys to see. But I'm looking at my negative space here as to where things actually start. So I'm looking at the white actually on here. So I would be, I don't know if y'all can see this. Yeah, okay. So I'm actually looking at the little space around the eye, and then this little shape here. That's what I'm checking out right there. So as I'm drawing, I'm starting to just base it on where the center, like where is the middle up here? Where's the middle right here as I'm drawing? So I'm kind of basing it on that. Let's see if I've got this in my, all right. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at where that starts. I'm looking at right down here where that little line ends right here, and I'm just making a mark. So I would say before you draw, just start making marks where things are, how things begin. There, I've got a little shape that comes up here. And you would end up with all these little marks, and maybe your center mark, you might take that out. But I'm realizing the little shape right here kind of starts right in the middle. And so I'm gonna bring it up, and then it stops roughly about right here. There's like a little bit of negative space right there. And then I'm gonna look at how thick this thing is, and this is one of his, I think it's a little stripe or something. I'm gonna work to start to fill that in. It looks like this is the base area of the eye that I'm working to fill in, that little shape. And you should go really slowly as you work. And you're looking at this thing as abstract shapes as you go. So, you know, after this, you'd move, let's see, you'd move this over one. So you do that. And if things in each of your squares don't seem to connect, I'm finishing out this, I'll move this over. So this little shape right here that I just drew should connect to stuff that's going on in this square. So I move this over. I'm looking at where my line starts right here. I'm making like some dots to kind of show me where it goes. So before you start making your lines, kind of get like, where does this thing start? How thick is it? How big is this in the middle? And then where does it end? And then you can go back and take it and start connecting your lines there. And you may have to alter things a little, but in general, and I'm just filling this stripe in. You can kind of see how that connects right there. And that should connect to what was made up here. If it doesn't, you need to re-evaluate what happens there. So yeah, that's basically it. I think I'd have to add some shapes and things like that to this eye, but hopefully you get the gist of it. It's more of trying to find the detail in what you see and try to find the shapes, and looking not only at the white space. The main thing is looking at your white space to find out where all the lines and darks are. So looking at the negative space as well as the positive space as you're going. So, and going from left to right, and looking at detail and going square to square, keeping this thing covered as you go is key. Just focusing on one square at the time. I hope that helps.